Oh God. Oh. Ah! Oh no. Okay, never mind. Hello everybody, Boom87 here, and welcome to my review of the 1979 Alien. What I mean, I don't really need to introduce this. I don't need to introduce this movie really. Classic movie about a space crew that is, gets a distress call, and then some foreign creature infiltrates their ship. It's an absolute classic. There's not too much I can sit here and talk to you about Alien that you haven't heard 100,000 times before. So, is there a point in me trying? You got you got Ripley, Dallas, Ash, Parker, Brett, Lambert, and Kane, and then the Xenomorph comes, and all hell breaks loose. So, yeah, not much more for me to say. Let me just let's get right into it. Starting off with the positives, and now the thing that I've always been, the thing I've always respected the most about the original Alien is definitely how, I mean, if you watch something like Star Trek even in the 90s, and then you watch Alien, that's not a diss on Star Trek, but the alien, how space looks and how the Nostromo looks flying through space is just something that is so ahead of its time. It's so shocking how incredible it looks. It looks so unbelievably incredible comparatively to almost every other spacing that comes out around this time period. I haven't seen the original Star Wars, but spaceships didn't look that good in the 70s, and this movie was able to make it look that good. Another thing, the acting in this is all good. There's not a single piece of bad acting in this film, I feel, that I can really point out at all. It just all around works. The acting, it just all around works, and yeah. Why don't I just talk about the Xenomorph design, because I prefer the Predator, but holy shit, that thing is scary as hell. That's how you make a creature that is significantly taller than a person look fucking cool, because it's got human features, kind of, right? It's got 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head, but just it does not look human. It's a scary creature design, and honestly, with a movie like this, that's your first step done right there. If you get a cool creature design, you're pretty set. You just gotta a cool creature design brings a movie together, and this movie has one of the coolest creature designs. So what am I supposed to say? It's fucking awesome. You know what I'm talking about. There's no need for me to continue to sit here and ramble to you about it. Now, I think the writing is pretty strong here. You're gonna learn something about me in terms of the pacing of this movie. But I think for the pacing that we do get, even though I do think it is a little slow, I'm not that slow is bad. I think it's a little too slow. I think the writing is all good. I think all of the writing kind of works really well in terms of what happens, in terms of how characters react to things, which also goes in the acting, but it starts at the writing. Each character feels like an individual character, which is kind of shocking in terms of I don't know why it comes off as a surprise that every character has so much character, when you would have not assumed they would have this much character in a 70s film. I suppose, in a 70s film like this about, you know, the creature. It just all kind of works out well. One thing I noticed a lot more on this watch through than I have in any of my other watch throughs of this movie is knowing the twist about Ash. It becomes so obvious throughout the movie. Throughout the movie, it becomes so unbelievably obvious what that twist is going to be, at least part of it, and yet you never see it coming. You do not see it coming when you first watch the movie, right? So this watch through for me specifically really let me see all the clues within the movie that really showed off how well it's able to hide this while being so painfully obvious. Because you don't notice it at all. It's just kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird, but whatever thing. And then knowing the twists going into it, it really changes things a whole lot in a way, in a much more extreme way than I originally thought it would. And it's very impressive. Going back to the incredible set design, I mean, the ship looks great. I more want to talk about the planet, though, because the planet is just so unbelievably humongous, and yet they still find a way to make it look great. You know, you don't expect a movie from 79 with this many crazy ideas to really hit home in terms of the visuals. And that's the main thing about this movie that really works for me is the visuals. And the visuals are one of the only the visuals are one of the things that really hammer home. The visuals make it a classic. The visuals and the creature design, but mostly I feel the visuals and the cinematography and just how the set pieces look are what make this movie an absolute classic. Jonesy the Cat. 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 The movie is able to put you in a certain level of panic that is quite impressive. When the ship starts self-destructing, you really feel... You feel like, oh fuck, well, we're all gonna die, aren't we? And it's impressive how it works so well for itself. And just really conveys that sense of there's really no escape because you're all in fucking space. That, you know, which is scary. You're in space. You don't have a way out of that, bitch. It's over. The ending section in the shuttle, I feel, really added a layer of uncertainty that, you know, the second you get the reveal in the shuttle, that last 5 minutes is super tense, man. It's super, like, you know, it's super able, it keeps you on your toes. It keeps the suspense up in a way that I feel that most movies would absolutely fall apart if they added that extra segment, but I think that extra segment works well in this movie. My final positive I have for here is the facehugger sequence when he pops out is one of my, it's definitely my favorite part of this movie, but it's one of my favorite scenes probably ever, when the chestburster jumps out of Kane. And I love the way that once the blood pops, everything stops for just a second and then goes back to it. I don't know why. I just love that touch so much. And I don't know, I love the facehugger sequence, or the chest bursting sequence. Moving on to the mixed, and I'm only going to mention this in passing because it is a nitpick. I would have liked a bit more in terms of blood. I would have liked a little bit more gore. Maybe the unrated cut has it. I unfortunately did not get to watch the unrated cut for this. I unfortunately did not get to watch the unrated cut for this review. I don't know if I've ever seen the unrated director's cut of Alien. One day I would like to. But I would have liked just a little bit more in terms of, you know, seeing what this thing is capable of. Because you don't get a whole lot of it. You know, Lambert, you know, you get Parker sitting on the ground and Lambert's just fucking gone from what I remember. So, it is what it is. It doesn't really hurt the movie. I just would have liked a little bit more in terms of blood. Then the negatives. And I don't have a lot, but it is a big one. It suffers from old in terms of it just dates a little poorly only in terms of its pacing. I like slow movies, but this movie feels way longer than it actually is. I wouldn't suggest like shaving off parts of it. You could definitely shave off, you could definitely shave off a decent amount in the first hour, and it wouldn't take a whole lot away. This is a movie that I 100%, it falls into the category of I respect it a whole lot more than I actually like the physical movie. Me watching the movie is still an entertaining experience, but more so in the way that I know I'm watching a classic of, cinema, rather than I'm actually getting into this, I'm getting immersed, and I'm really enjoying it. So, it is what it is in terms of that. I don't know, man. It's just a little too slow for me. I like slow movies, but it just kind of broke me. First hour of this movie really is a bit of a slog. No, the first how do I put this? The 10 minutes go by, then the next 30 minutes is a real bit of a slog that I would have liked to see picked up a little bit. Maybe some more stuff could have happened. Maybe move the chest burster sequence or the face hugger sequence a little earlier. But all in all, it is what it is. And it's a classic. It's a classic. It's old though. It is very old. You feel its age in terms of its pacing, and it is just a little too slow for me. I still like the movie. I'm gonna give it a high rating. I think it's just a bit. I think it's very slow. I don't have a whole lot to say. That's actually gonna be it. I do not have a whole lot to say with the original Alien movie, because it is just such a classic that I feel like anything I'm saying is just gonna be rehashing different things that people have already said. And for that, I don't feel like I really need to come out here and tell you the things that are good about Alien that you haven't already heard before, or have just seen the movie. I would recommend watching this movie, though. It is an absolute piece of film history. That the cinematography itself is just something that you should absolutely witness at some point, especially since of how old it is. It just suffers a bit from pacing. I am going to give the original Alien a 4 out of 5 stars. But I'm sure people down in the comments really think I'm way underrating this movie, which is okay. Let me know if you do think I'm underrating it. Let me know if you think I am overrating it. You actually don't really enjoy it, which is also okay. And let me know just anything you want to let me know. Let me know if I was on the money. Let me know whatever. Yeah, this is a much shorter review, but it is, it's not a movie I love, to be honest. It's a movie I very respect, but not one I really engage myself with too much, so that's what it is. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe down below, and I will see you in, see y'all later. Bookman87, out.